Welcome back. You got Will and I Man here from the Block Runner, MetaZone, and Rovi. And today we're going to be talking about Uniswap enabling NFTs on their platform.
Finally, dude. That's the
We've been all waiting for this, right?
I know. As if NFT land wasn't congested enough, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess they came up with something useful, right? And another aggregator tool. It reminds me of MetaMask. Remember?
Oh,
their swapping protocol that kind of aggregates all the pricing data from things like Uniswap, Sushi, et cetera, et cetera.
So it just makes it a little bit more consumer friendly to not having to go to Uniswap and then LookRare and
start looking for the. I guess it's important for. So there's a couple classes of NFTs, right? And we got into this discussion whenever we found Sudoswap. Right. We were kind of we were wondering like who the hell would actually use this thing, because what's popping is these PFP unique type assets, right? These collectibles that are unique.
Yeah.
So what's the point of having like a floor sweeper or, things like this that are, there's a lot more factors that go into the value of an individual NFT, right? So nonetheless, there's another class of NFT, like, that's a little more non-unique. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
now NFTs officially on Uniswap, and so they give a few examples here, but there's some benefits to doing so. So apparently they give an example how their floor is a lot cheaper for Uniswap aggregated from Opensea, X2Y2, LookRare, Sudoswap. Look, Sudoswap's on there.
Yeah, of course.
And so a lot cheaper just because I guess it's a lot easier to get people's eyeballs on there. And
well, if it's aggregating from multiple sources, they can present you with the best options, I guess. So
yeah,
man, this NFT space is getting ultra competitive.
Yeah, it is.
OpenSea has a lot of pressure these days, I guess, because first it started with the whole royalty thing, right?
Yeah, and that's a technical issue.
Well, not really. I mean, that's the solution to this, the proposed solution. That's the issue isn't a technical one. It's more of like an ethical one.
Yeah, okay.
Like who actually controls the market? The traders do, the speculators, right?
I mean, from a technical standpoint, the royalty shouldn't even been a thing if it wasn't a technical capability.
Well, it's a platform thing, right? Platforms enable these things to support creators
to compete with others,
incentivize creation, right? But once there's a creator flood, like there has been, now the people who run the markets are the speculators, right? And they want optimal gains.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So here come these new competitor marketplaces that are like, you know what?
Yeah. X2, Y2 looks rare.
Yeah. And,
yeah, they don't care about the creators.
No. They care about the
traders
who's actually injecting volume into these markets, right? Yeah. So this is where the competition lies now. It's like,
see, but then, yeah, I mean, something like that disincentivizes creators. But I mean,
we need them both.
Yeah,
you can't have like a speculative.
That's
market.
why the royalty should have been built in. But
well, who's proposing this now? OpenSea, right?
I think OpenSea's, yeah.
Oh, what, a new standard? Or
yeah, I think it is a new standard.
Yeah, we didn't make a video on that. Maybe we should.
Yeah, we need to look into that for sure.
Yeah, but
it needs to happen. I mean, if you could do it technically, why not, right?
Well, again, it's going to be, so if it's a technical implementation, then what? It's just it's up to the platforms themselves.
Well, no, then what is creators will decide to use that specific NFT. And if those who want to degen and trade and all that, well, that's the only NFT that I support, right? So
nonetheless, like it's happening on the smart contract level. You have no say.
Yeah,
these splits are occurring no matter what, which I think is
that's how it should work.
Fundamentally sound.
Yeah,
but we're not in that era of NFT market.
Yeah,
yet. So this is just another example of as big as the NFT ecosystem got. I mean, it didn't even really get truly that big in the grand scheme of things. Let's compare it to the overall crypto market. I think it got as big as like 5% as far as like total market cap.
NFTs?
Yeah.
I would say
very small. I mean, it seemed like a huge phenomenon. Everybody was talking about them, but
the rate of growth was huge.
That's right. It went from like the year 2020, overall volume was probably like 50 million or something like that. Nobody wanted an NFT back in those days. But then 2021 hit, and we're talking tens of billions, right? Up to like 30 or 40 billion, something like that. Yeah, huge growth, but still very early. Lots of maturation needed, just like in everything in crypto, especially these days, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're being forced to grow up, dude.
Which is good. I mean, this is a natural progression of any market, right? So there's going to be maturity happening, and all of a sudden, all the creators generating NFTs, they have embedded royalties, and that's to be, I don't know, I guess expected, but it's Opensea. We got to look into it, and we'll probably do another video on that.
I guess Uniswap getting in the game. So what's the main takeaway from this? I mean, obviously what people are most interested in is what's going to bring NFTs back from the grave.
Well, right. That, and I think Uniswap has a ton of eyeballs. The fact that they're integrating NFT trading on their platform is going to enable that mania to resurge again when it comes.
Well, it contributes to it for sure. You know, it's just another reputable source, especially now after FTX. Me personally, I'm always looking for more decentralized, I guess.
Probably you along with everybody else.
Yeah, like a decentralized vehicle, right? Because OpenSea obviously is not decentralized in any way.
Correct.
And they are the dominant force in the NFC market ecosystem, right? So there's going to be a legitimate like competitive wave among all these different like, you know, DEX, NFT protocols and stuff like that. So Uniswap entering this space kind of like really adds a lot of fuel. Yeah, in my opinion, right? Because now everyone's got to step up, dude.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah, it makes everything better, man. Competition. That's what capitalism is built on, right?
Supposedly. Yeah.
Check this out. So they're using a universal router contract, right? Remember router?
Are they using actually router?
I think.
No way.
I think that's what it is.
Let's find out. Click on that.
Yeah. So,
because if so, dude, shout out router, dude. We made a video on router I don't think this has anything to do with router, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe not. Universal router unifies ERC20 and NFT swapping into a single swap router. Well, let's check this out.
Yeah, that's a negative, dog.
Oh, okay.
Router protocol, if you guys don't remember, was a it was a bridging protocol for Polygon, I think, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, router, a ubiquitous term. But
yeah, right.
Not all correlated to that one single project, unfortunately.
Well, that sucks, dude.
It's okay. Router will have its time, dude. I'm confident in it.
Says the bag holder of...
not anymore. I had a lot of faith.
Yeah.
You know, seemed like a good idea.
Yeah. So anyway, let me go back here. So they're using this universal router contract, saves 15% on gas. So a little bit more optimal.
This is what I'm saying.
Trading, right?
So this is their marketing pitch right now, right? To try and onboard users. It's definitely not like some sort of groundbreaking thing here. Like I said, there's already a saturation in like the NFT like ecosystem.
Yeah, I mean, look at all these.
Yeah. So that's why they're not even trying to compete like with these things, right? Instead they're leveraging them.
Yeah.
Aggregating all these listing environments and providing a nice user interface, user experience on their already existing platform, right? That's one way to do it.
Right, right. So another interesting thing is Genie airdrop. So if you had a Genie NFT, you can claim between $300 to $1,000 out of their $5 million USDC pool.
Yeah, I heard of these. I remember Justin Bieber made one.
A genie?
A genie. Basically, they're like little avatar collectibles. Okay, so I thought they would have more like metaverse application.
Connections, yeah.
Not yet. Not that I'm aware of. But nonetheless, Uniswap saw something in this and acquired it like a year or so ago, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe even more recent than that. So I was like, what the hell? Why is Uniswap scooping up NFT projects, you know?
Right. Yeah, it is a little weird. And another thing that's a little weird is that they just gave everybody $5 million.
Who owns a Genie?
Who owns a Genie, yeah.
And like, I think roughly you get like $300. A nice little Christmas bonus.
Yeah.
If you owned a Genie. And there's no real, I think, mind or reason behind it, right? It's just...
It can't be. I mean, it's
literally like...
Here's money.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Here's money, dude. Like, have a good Christmas.
There's got to be a reason, though. There has to be.
Like what?
What's tax reason or, I don't know, something.
Really? Like a
write-off? Yeah.
That's too practical, dude. I don't think so. I think it's more trying to generate some buzz around this.
And look at that, based on a snapshot taken April 15th. What, isn't that an important tax a day?
I mean, you might be right, actually. Interesting. Didn't think about that.
Dude, it has to be.
Okay, well.
Yeah, I mean, we're speculating. We're just trying to figure out
well, it's
why.
Because typically whenever airdrops happen, they come in like
tokens.
Native token format, right?
Yeah, like the
whenever
Uni airdrop.
Exactly, or any other like protocol that announces their presence, like, hey, we're doing this.
LookRare and X2Y2.
Yeah, they come out of the woodworks, right? Out of stealth mode.
Yeah. And
then the way to do that, and to onboard an initial community, is like a vampire drop.
Yeah.
Like, hey, all you Opensea users, we've cloned the Opensea experience and tokenized it. Now you become ownership. You have ownership in this whole ecosystem. So come over here and start swapping and all that stuff. And it usually works, right? So this is definitely something new-ish.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then I think the last thing is for the next 12 months, they're going to be doing a kind of like an airdrop, or if you buy an NFT during the next 12 months, the first 22,000 people will get their gas transaction back up to 0.01 ETH.
You said the first 22,000?
Yeah, it was the first 22,000.
I mean, that's in a day or two. That's going to run out, right?
Yeah, here it is. Offering gas rebates for the first 22,000 buyers.
That'll be done by today.
Really? You think so? 22,000?
Okay, maybe not today, but yeah.
Before the next bull run, for sure.
Definitely not going to last a year. 22,000 buyers? Come on, man. There's way more NFT users than that.
You think so, even today?
Well, is it like unique buyers? I don't know.
No, it's the first 22,000 ETH addresses, unique ETH addresses. So,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're not necessarily unique buyers.
I mean, you might be right. Maybe there's like less than a couple thousand nowadays. I don't know. But it seems like 22,000 is a very small number. So really, it's nothing to boast about.
It's just a gas fee.
This just feels like such like a weird promotional strategy. I don't know.
Yeah.
You wouldn't expect Uniswap to come out the gate like this.
That's what I'm saying. It's just all weird.
That definitely feels.
You know what? It's probably just marketing budget. Like,
well, that's what I'm saying.
It's just for people to talk about. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's working.
It is.
We made a video.
Yeah.
We're talking about it. But I mean, we would have talked about it. They didn't have to do any of that. It's Uniswap.
Mm-hmm.
It's NFTs.
Yeah.
That's a headline grabber in itself. Like, you don't have to throw money around like that, Uniswap. Just letting you know, dude. You don't have to do this, guys. You're Uniswap, dude. Have a little more pride in yourselves.
Yeah.
Just
some integrity.
Yeah, just be you.
Yeah.
And you're gonna kill it, guys. Yeah. That's the way it is.
So I guess what's the big takeaway is really to speculate as to what something like this might enable in the next bull run.
Probably speculate. And
could we see more NFT transactions as a result of this? Probably not.
No, I think so.
You think so?
Well, that's what all this is obviously trending in much more efficiencies.
I feel like something that could see a ton more NFT activity is like integrating AI to like NFT generation.
Well, that's on the creator side. Remember?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think if there's more creators creating NFTs, I think people would.
Well, yeah.
That speculation juice would come back, and all of a sudden we're back into it.
Well, yeah. So NFT resurgence is like a multifaceted conversation, right? So there's a creator-centric side. Obviously, people are burnt out on the idea of picture projects. Like, we've been there, done that.
That burnt out quick.
Not really. It lasted longer than I thought it would.
Well,
it was like a solid
like 6 months.
6 months, dude. I thought it would be done in a month or two, but people just kept going ham with it.
Maybe it's that creativity. They kept pumping them out.
Well, dude, come on. How creative is it to like spin up like
I don't know, man.
Penguins with hats?
I mean, it's pretty creative. You could be penguins or.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just being a little facetious here. The point being, like, I'm burnt out on that stuff, and the market obviously is as well.
Yeah, because most of it is useless, right? It's just a picture.
Exactly. So now you're injecting potential hypotheticals of what could get people interested, right? Yeah. AI integration into NFTs. I'm in.
Yeah, exactly.
Interested. Much more metaverse focused NFTs with actual applicability, stuff like that.
Yes.
I'm interested.
Utility NFTs.
Any kind of NFT with
revenue generating possibilities.
Yeah, see, these are all interesting avenues, right?
Dude, NFTs are going to get way bigger.
Yeah, but obviously
because of all this.
Yeah, there's a lot of building that is required in order for all these to be enabled, right?
Yeah.
So this is why we're in a bear market.
Yeah.
It's time to build these things, these new NFT primitives, and now all of a sudden we're going to have a creator resurgence. But in the meantime, all these things like what Uniswap is doing to improve efficiencies, LookRare. What's the new one?
X2Y2?
It's like Blurb or something like that.
Oh, Blur?
Blur, not Blurb.
Yeah.
Blur. All these, their main initiative and focus is to make the trading environment, the experience more
frictionless.
There you go.
Yeah.
Which that's the other side of this whole NFT discussion, right? Like you're going to have better products as a result of technology and innovation. And you're going to have, it reminds me of like crypto, dude. Like early days of crypto, there was so much friction in the trading process, so much so that it discouraged people from even participating.
Yeah.
Remember those days?
Yeah, I remember.
Like where Bittrex was like the only exchange you could trade on.
Yeah. And
then Binance rolls in and like, holy shit, just changed the game.
Yeah.
You know? So this is kind of reminiscent to that. And I'm sure more will emerge in the future that makes NFTs more digestible, I guess, to like a common audience.
And more useful, more utility, more functional.
Yeah.
Like all this stuff.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows what the NFT experience of the future will look like? But this is all good news for the NFT space. I mean,
yeah, everyone's building, right? Everyone who's sticking around, not committing fraud, are continuously building,
adding little pieces at a time.
That's right.
This is what we like to see, right? Progress.
Yeah. I mean, that's essentially what we're doing, right? We're building an NFT marketplace for the metaverse app store.
Yeah.
And but we're focused on the utility, the deployability, the functionality, all that stuff as NFTs.
Exactly. So everybody has their own initiatives, their own purpose in this space, but the ultimate end goal is to push the whole damn thing forward a little bit, like 1 inch at a time, right? So right now it might not look so like, it's like, yeah, what's the big deal? But yeah, once all these things kind of converge at the right time,
you never know. You might find yourself on Uniswap looking for NFTs.
Oh, I guarantee you I will be.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't feel like the itch, right?
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
To get on Uniswap and start degenning, it's like, degen what?
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, once that mania comes back and everyone's freaking about AI NFTs, I'm like, whoa, dude, I'm in. You know, I want the best price on the AI wave, so I'm going to Uniswap.
We need to find some AI NFT projects because they're out there. They're definitely out there. I mean, we were just using AI yesterday.
We were, but not an NFT NFT sense.
No, but somebody
through the use of AI, we recognize like this is going to be huge.
Yeah, for sure.
And obviously, NFTs are going to be huge. Crypto, all this stuff. So at some point, like I said, these technologies will converge, and some eureka moment will happen.
For sure.
We're going to be there for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it for us. Let us know what you think about the Uniswap NFT platform integration. And let us know, are you degenning right now on NFTs? Or are you pumping the brakes on that for now until we get some liquidity back into the market?
There's definitely going to be a lot of brake pumping these days. Yeah, we're not going to be endorsing anything NFT for a while, I think.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be looking at things, but yeah, just there's nothing really to like, you know, sell the house for.
No, definitely not.
Not even close.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I appreciate it. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at The Block Runner, at MetaZone.io, and at Rovi AI, and we will catch you in the next video.
Peace.